Rondo against Chalmers. That's tipped. It's stolen by Rondo. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Celtics. A quick check now at the starting five for both teams. First for the Celtics, the speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. And it's Kelly Olynyk out of Gonzaga, a 7-footer with inside-outside offensive skills in the middle at center. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. Then there's Green, and it's Bass in at the 4 slot. And for Miami, Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. Then it's LeBron James, and it's Haslam in at the power forward.
You know, last season, Doc Rivers said he was hoping for Rajon Rondo to be even more aggressive and assertive than usual. The Celtics are at their best when Rondo looks to score first and then distribute later.
Now here's Haslam. That's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Well, going back to Rondo last season, he did up his scoring about 2 points a game, Clark, to I think about 14 a game.
And you factor in 11 assists a game as well, Kevin. So never a guy who's going to lead the league in scoring, but a nightly double-double machine, and on occasion, he'll throw that triple-double at you, too.
Gets the bucket. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Rondo against Chalmers. That's tipped. It's stolen by Rondo. And pushing it up, here's Boston. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Celtics.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle. You know, you think of what a typical Eastern Conference team plays like, and you often think of the Celtics. I mean, they like to slow it up. They'll play hard D and take their fouls when they can. Still, the Celtics last year were just average when it came to playing the rest of the conference.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
But Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
All right, Doris. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted, the aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
Well, back to the Celtics, even as you said, Clark, they do all the things most Eastern Conference teams do well. They just couldn't keep it together, Steve, to finish far above 500 in the East.
Well, losing Rondo was a huge part of it, as they had to adjust their entire offense midway through the season. And I think a lot of it, too, is the rest of the East has caught up to them, and time is finally catching up to them.
There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching them go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. The Celtics shooting their first free throw of the game.
Well, you look back at a season ago, this is a club that made 78% of its shots from the free throw line, so very comfortable with that strike.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Anderson, covered by Humphries. James. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. LeBron's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, he recognized the advantage size-wise, and he went right at the defender. That's how you do it.
A good close contest so far as we've... And so far it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
Now here's Wallace. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, it was a little bit of a surprise, guys, going into last season when Ray Allen signed a contract with the Heat. He took less money than the Celtics offered him. And no question about it, there was some anger from his former teammates in Boston when he left.
And the Celtics making a change here. Here's Chalmers. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Allen passes to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. It's good. This game is all even. LeBron's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Heat. And Clark for Ray Allen, I don't think joining the Heat was just about jumping on a winning bandwagon. I think there'd be some issues for him in Boston.
Well, there were a lot of rumors that he and Rajon Rondo didn't quite get along, and Allen wanted maybe a bigger role offensively. And in fact, you know, his minutes went down last season with the Heat, but he clearly fit in well. Came off the bench and really fit nicely with that shooting ability next to LeBron and Wade.
Here's Chalmers after Gerald Wallace's bucket. Allen kicks to Chalmers. No luck, so the Celtics will take it the other way. Here's Sullinger. That's good. Sullinger's got his first points of the game.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Haslam with it. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And he hits it and gets hacked down the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty. The way he can blast his way straight through traffic is really strong.
And maybe above all else, we should really mention just what a fantastic setup man he is. So many of their baskets come as a result of one of his assists.
Some changes for Boston. Avery Bradley comes in for Gerald Wallace. And Jordan Crawford is subbed in for Courtney Lee.
You know, part of being a championship team is having the talent first and foremost, but then managing the minutes of that talent. The Heat, I thought, did a nice job monitoring the minutes of the big three throughout the season and playoffs last year.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Chalmers against Rondo. And Chalmers kicks to LeBron. From outside, off the mark. Well, as you said, Clark, the big three in their prime, but really, you want them to just get their work in during the season, not exhaust themselves before they make it to the playoffs.
I thought, Kevin, along those lines, I thought by the end of last season, Miami was exhausted. And once you try to win a third title in a row, the emotional fatigue and exhaustion really becomes a factor. So this is going to be interesting to watch all year.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, one of the worst things to see is a young, speedy, dynamic point guard go down with a torn ACL. It happened to Derrick Rose in 2012, and last year, Rajon Rondo was the victim.
Dwayne Wade's checked in for Udonis Haslem. Well, that ACL tear for Rondo and Derrick Rose, both of them on pretty innocuous motions. No contact to speak of. Moves they make 100 times a game, Steve, but both got caught.
Yeah, that's often the way that injury happens, though, without contact. So, you know, difficult year for Rondo. Hard to say, how he could have avoided an injury. That's not happening. The main thing is just fighting to get back, get your knee right, and get going again.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Tipped. Here's Wade from deep. That's blocked by Bass. And the first half ends in a close one.
Now, presented by Sprint. And the Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Look at LeBron James. He's really been playing well.
He went off in the first 2 quarters, guys, as he's capable of doing. We might see some changes here in the defensive approach they use on him in the second half.
Yeah, they've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him like he has been. Avery Bradley missed the first 3 months of last season after undergoing surgery on both shoulders, fellas. I mean, when Rondo went down with his ACL tear, Bradley stepped into the starting point guard role, and I thought performed very well.
And for Bradley, a tremendous defender, and Steve able to defend either the 1 or the 2.
Well, he's listed at 6'2", but he has incredibly long arms and quick feet. So he's strong enough to guard bigger players, but his best attribute is putting pressure on the ball. It's a nightmare just trying to bring the ball up the floor against Bradley.
One of the best on-ball defenders, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, no doubt.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Brooke. Doris, over to you.
Well, gentlemen, despite what you might have heard from the talking heads, it was another great season for D. Wade. Last season, leading all shooting guards in the player efficiency rating. A natural slasher, he's adjusted brilliantly to playing without the ball in his hands. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, "The evolution of his game has been stark in terms of added weapons and dimensions over the years. His development in that post-up game has allowed that to happen. His movement and cutting off the ball tripled what it used to be. That took an understanding and an IQ of how to get involved when the ball wasn't in his hands. Guys, the great ones always find a way."
They definitely do. Thanks, Doris.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
Here's Rondo. The Heat getting the bucket. Bradley dishes to Green. Back to Bradley. Takes the 3, and the basket good. Bradley's got 5 points now this quarter.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense. You knew that at some point the window for the group of Celtics that had won a title was going to close. I mean, it was inevitable, but last year seemed like they were going to go for one last hurrah as they added some depth and looked to reload for another run.
Olynyk with it, and Bosch picks him up defensively. Bradley can't get it to go. The Heat trail by 4. LeBron gets the screen from Bosch. Olynyk with the steal. Outside, Green. Pass to Bradley. Stolen by Wade.
I'd like to see them go 2 for 1 here.
I would, too. They need to make the...
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Olynyk. Wade passes to Cole. For the tie. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Heat have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. And that one falls for Cole. Boston making some changes. Gerald Wallace. He's checked in for Green. And it's Lee in for Rajon Rondo. Lee covered by LeBron. The Celtics shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Lee.
You know, he's as close to a sure thing as you can possibly have when he steps to the line.
The Heat trail by 3. LeBron outside. Bosh, that's the pick for LeBron. With some arc, and the shot is good. And it's 6 points for Dwayne Wade.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Celtics lead by 1. And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
I like the way they've gotten to the foul line throughout the game, guys. Those are important points.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points. Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
It's stolen by Bass. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Leaves running. He kicks it to Cole. It's off his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. And the Celtics making a change here. Olynyk's checked in. Here's Bosh. Ray Allen is on the wing. Rajon Rondo with the rebound. Celtics leading by 3. Wade with the defensive effort.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
Bosh. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
Bradley kicks to Rondo. Outside, Green. Back to Rondo. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
Yeah, he's sort of the guy they look to offensively. Not necessarily in any one area, but just in terms of his all-around game.
And that's not all there is to say about him, Steve. I mean, he also is a master of the pick and roll. Get the ball in his hands and set a screen for him, and there will be an easy bucket after.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Haslam comes in for Shane Battier. And it's Chalmers in for Dwayne Wade. Backing down is LeBron. It's stolen by Green. Outside Bradley. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
The Heat trail by 5. It's LeBron with the drive. Haslam. He dinks the rim with a 2-handed slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, the head coach for the Celtics, had some instruction for his guys during that break. Despite the deficit, he told his guys, I've got confidence in you. We've had our backs against the wall before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, can they retake the lead?
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
Boy, is it tough to stop LeBron right now.
For Boston, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Pass to Olynyk. Tipped. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. Left side Bosh to take the lead. Misses off the right iron. Absolutely critical chance right here.
Yeah, they need this one to go their way, Kev.
Humphries dishes to Olynyk. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
So they had a foul to give, but they couldn't get it done before that shot attempt.
Yeah, and giving up free throws isn't ideal here, Steve. You know that, but at least they got the clock stopped.
can't sink it. And that was an important free throw.
Well, they're still within reach, but they need a hoop pretty much every time down the floor.
Well, they've got a little life, but they better execute every time.
It's LeBron with the drive. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
Big call, Kevin. He just didn't get there quick enough, and that's a tough break.
Rondo with it.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
For the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it...